Toyota has sold over 50 million Corollas in its history and more than 1.6 million in Canada alone. So this is one of those really important cars that everyone already knows about, and it's one of the most popular cars in Canada for many good reasons. This efficient, reliable, and affordable compact commuter sedan has also just been refreshed, meaning that it's even better for Canadian drivers.
For more expert car reviews, don't forget to share our channel and subscribe so you can catch some of this and maybe even a little of that.
Every time I review a commuter car and I give it a high score, all of these automotive enthusiasts, they go berserk because they're like, oh, it's so slow and it's so boring. And I'm just like, shut up! Because you can't judge a car based on a job it's not supposed to do. It would be like saying this chair sucks because it can't do my taxes. It just doesn't make sense. So yes, this Corolla is a crappy sports car, but that's not its job. Its job is to provide efficient and reliable transportation. And judging by those criteria, this Corolla is absolutely nailing it. And like I said earlier, it has just been refreshed for the 2023 model year. And one of the biggest changes is that now the hybrid battery pack lives under the rear seat, which means it doesn't take up any valuable trunk space. So back here, there's 317 liters worth of storage, which is the same as the gas-powered model. All the other changes are stuff you can't see. So let's go for a drive so I can explain them to you. So this is the Toyota Corolla LE all-wheel drive hybrid model, and with this new refresh, this is the very first time that the Corolla is available as both a hybrid and with all-wheel drive, which is awesome. So it's powered by a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine. It has 134 horsepower and 156 pound-feet of torque, and that's total system output with the engine and all the electrical components, which is a big battery and 2 electric motors. Now those numbers are both increases over last year, which is great. You're still not going to win any races with it, but at least getting up to speed and passing someone isn't terrifying anymore. So that's a huge improvement. The other thing it does is that it has that all-wheel drive system, which is new. And it's a really smart setup because it only sends power to the rear wheels on takeoff and when slippage is detected. And it uses the electric motor to do so, so it enables all-wheel drive without any real penalty to your fuel economy. And that's fantastic. I've driven a Prius with winter tires with this exact same setup, and it was trucking up snowy hills like it was no problem at all. So I'm pretty confident that this all-wheel drive Corolla would feel just as confident in a snowstorm. Toyota has also made improvements to the continuously variable automatic transmission, or CVT. And the reason they did that is because, well, CVTs are more efficient, but they're kind of known for being a little bit lazy on takeoff. So to address that issue, there's now an actual first gear as part of that transmission, which is used when you're taking off. So it feels a little bit stronger when you're getting going from a stop. And it actually really works. All in total, I think this powertrain setup is fantastic because it is so efficient. Everything works really smoothly. The steering is actually surprisingly really good, which really shocked me. And in general, it's easy to drive. Visibility is great, and I'm really impressed with how it all comes together. And with regards to fuel economy, I've been getting just 5 liters per 100 kilometers without even trying. I've only been driving it in eco mode, which helps. And there's now a B mode, which means it really maximizes the regenerative braking to help charge the battery pack. And I love driving in that mode because it means better fuel efficiency. And I'm really impressed by how smoothly it switches from EV power to gas power, and that you can run it in EV power in low speed situations, like when you're parking or when you're coasting or when you're at a stop. And in general, it just makes it very easy for people to drive efficiently. If I had any complaints, it's that, yes, it does feel a little bit cheap in here and a little bit bare bones. You know, there's a lot of hard plastic here. This headliner feels a little bit mousy. I'm not a huge fan of these cloth seats. But you know, it is an economy car and that's pretty normal for this class. I'm also not a huge fan of the infotainment system because I find that it's a little bit clunky to use. Sometimes the menus don't make sense. I wish there were a couple more shortcut buttons because right now it's a little bit distracting because you got to tap it too many times to complete a simple task. And Dan says that the navigation that comes with this Corolla is actually really good, except that you need a subscription to use it, which to me makes no sense, but it doesn't really matter because now it comes standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and Google Maps is probably better anyways. I also wanted to mention that it is a little bit noisy in here and that I feel like they didn't use a lot of sound deadening, but you know, that's pretty par for the course. This is an economy car. On the bright side, I do think it is pretty roomy, but I have a better way to show you just how roomy it is. This is our co-op student, Philip. His dream is to become an automotive journalist, but today we're putting him through his paces. And because he is 6'8", if he can fit in this Corolla, then anyone can. So let's see if he fits inside. So now that we're back in the car, I wanted to tell you that I'm really impressed that Toyota includes pretty much every single safety feature that it has in this hybrid. So every Corolla hybrid comes standard with blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control. There's also lane keeping assist, all that good stuff is included. And I think it's really good value, especially at this price point. So this Corolla Hybrid LE all in is around $30,000, which is pretty good. It's a little bit more expensive than a comparable Hyundai Elantra Hybrid, for example, which also feels nicer inside, but it does not come with all-wheel drive, so that's something to keep in mind. To recap, I love the Corolla's efficient powertrain, its proven track record, and all of the standard safety features. I don't love the clunky infotainment system or the bare bones feel, but for the price, I really can't complain. If you're looking for an affordable, reliable, and efficient mode of transportation, you honestly can't go wrong with this Toyota Corolla Hybrid. You know, I know people who have Corollas that have over 300,000 kilometers on them and they're still ticking. And that's just a testament to that really great track record that makes them stand out. So no, the Corolla isn't really raising the bar in terms of features or anything like that. But the fact that it's now available as a hybrid and with all-wheel drive makes this commuter sedan more compelling than ever.